Brenda Lawrence is the running mate of Verge Bernero, the Democratic candidate for governor. She is also, of course, the mayor of the city of Southfield, and it's the first time I'm speaking with her, so welcome to the program. It's nice to meet you.
Good morning. It's nice to meet you as well.
Saw yesterday that Mayor Bernero is calling for debates between you and Brian Calley, the other your opponent, I guess, in the race for lieutenant governor. We talked with Brian Calley in person in Grand Rapids on Friday, asked him about the idea of debates, and here's what he said.
I don't know if we've even really while we're debating the debates on the gubernatorial that we've really gotten that far down the road to talk about lieutenant governor debates. I kind of doubt it at this point.
Well, it seems like it's time to talk about it now, doesn't it, Brenda?
Well, it seems to be an amazing resistance to debate on between the two candidates. I know that our ticket, Verge Bernero, has encouraged it, attempted to facilitate the actual debate himself, and there has been a lot of reporting on the importance and the need for the voting people of Michigan to hear both sides of these candidates. And to date, we still don't have a debate. So, Mike, the important thing about a debate is the opportunity for those who must make the decision on November 2nd on who will be their next governor, that they know what the plans are, what the priorities are. Each candidate can answer to their record, and I'm really concerned if a person running for the highest level of government in the state of Michigan does not want to do that. I'm concerned about it.
Wouldn't the biggest, if there is a debate between you and Brian Calley, wouldn't the biggest debate point be right to life versus women's right to choose?
I don't know if that would be the biggest. It would definitely be one of the platforms that the voters could see a difference between the two of us.
Well, you're polar opposites, aren't you, on that matter?
Oh, yes, we are. I'm very much pro-choice, and I feel that pro-choice is a lot bigger than just the rights of abortion and other things. It's the right for a woman to receive education, to understand. Like Planned Parenthood endorsed us yesterday. We did a tour, and Planned Parenthood, and part of choosing is education on what to do with your body when it comes to birth control, when it comes to contraceptives, when it comes to caring for a child, and pregnancy is definitely one of those. But when you say you have the right to choose, does not mean you're going to choose an abortion. It means you're educated and you have the right to choose what's best for you, your family, based on your religious beliefs. And it protects the rights of women, just like a man has the right to choose what happens to his body.
You were on a statewide tour, as I understand, with Mayor Bernero in Flint and Saginaw and Flint, Lansing, and Southfield, as it were. And one of the points that you made is that Rick Snyder, his Gateway Corporation, wasn't exactly friendly to women. What happened?
There was actually a lawsuit filed by 26 women, and the charge was the hiring process at Gateway was discriminatory against them based on their sex. And there was a settlement to 26 women where they were hired, and there was back pay awarded to these women. And, those are type things that when you are a public official, your your record should be just that, public. And doesn't mean it's good or bad, but people need to know that. Our voters need to know that so they can make a decision, because I'm a firm believer. You bring to you a certain amount of experience, you should, and your experience is based on your past votes, your involvement, your leadership, and what happened while you were in leadership, because that's pretty much what you can expect from a person when you elect them to the office.
Mm-hmm. And
so
you
that's
say that
something that should be out there, and the voters can make a decision.
so Gateway passed over 26 women for technical support positions, and then Gateway agreed to settle the case by paying $120,000 to the women and giving them jobs.
Yes.
And you say too that Rick Snyder wants to ban abortion even in cases where the woman's health is in danger.
That is, and let me tell you what's really interesting. Rick Snyder has publicly said he's pro-life, which is his right. But he said, I, as a man, will make a decision in some circumstances. Maybe you may be able to request a abortion in maybe a couple of circumstances, but not in the others. And that whole thing of legislating from a government standpoint what a woman can choose to do with her body is totally unacceptable to me. And how dare you, in this case, as a man, sit there and say, I decide in what case you may have medical attention to address a pregnancy, but not in others. That's unacceptable. A woman should have the right to choose based on her religion, based on her own personal decision, and based on, the relationship of her husband or her spouse or the person that is in her life. She chooses to make that decision with, and it shouldn't be legislated from someone in a public office.
All right, Mayor Lawrence, thank you very much. I hope you do get that debate with Brian Calley. I hope, in fact, that Virg Bernero and Rick Snyder get a gubernatorial debate on television that we can all see, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. I don't think there's anybody in the state of Michigan who wouldn't want to see a debate like that, and we'll keep in touch with you. Nice to meet you.
Mike, I'm so excited to be on this ticket. Two mayors, as you know, is historic in the entire country. Rolling up their sleeves with experience running local government and really taking those experience and skills of balancing budgets without raising taxes, Virg and I both, without laying anyone off, having a AA+ bond rating, and getting the job done with a very diverse, bipartisan council, and taking that leadership to our state capital and working on Main Street agendas, building our small business base, and getting the job done. And we stand on that record. That's why we'll be very open to debate.
I hope so, too. Thank you very much. That's Brenda Lawrence, the mayor of Southfield, the running mate of Virg Bernero, the Democratic nominee for governor.